probably weren't expecting to win in like 60 minutes. They were probably expected to win earlier, so they also have a different plan and some tweaks to be made, and they are going to start by some big tweaks actually by taking the draw themselves.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those heroes. It's a pretty easy game plan. Like, try to get her level 5 or 6, go to the jungle, farm up, and then just start hitting towers. And you had a brew on top of it, which is probably the best team fighting offlaner in the game. And I mean, Beast Coast beat VP with it. Brax popped off in that game, apparently. And I think just getting that team fight control already, it's a replacement for the Phoenix.
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. It's a protector for the Drow Ranger as well, which is, I mean, it's just nice.
Well, we did see Dark earlier play Brewmaster, but this is, you think, definitely Pasha one?
I think so. I mean, obviously, it might not be, but from my knowledge of VP, I think it's going to be Pasha. But it is, I mean, a Drow Brew opening, 2 cores, maybe not. The Solo and Puppy were the first 2 who played it, right? That 5 brew, so it might be.
Shaker in response. I mean, they not only love the Shaker, but having this high amount of control versus a Brewmaster is always going to be really nice. If you get 1 disable on him, you should be able to further lock down to get the kill before he splits.
And just, you already have a Nature's Prophet, right? You already have, like, 1 lane controller, whether it's support or that off lane. So you don't mind, like, the Earth Shaker.
Yeah, definitely. It's really quite painful when you have, like, these 2 lane supports that just can't help your lanes. And you're like, oh, God.
Yeah. You always need one.
Like, you need your Bane Shaker, you need your MP Shaker, someone that just, like, hard controls that 1 lane. So yeah, OD taken out.
We haven't seen the OD ourselves here. It's been getting banned most of ours.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not been an OD played yet in the entire group so far. Unless it's going on right now, but I
think that hero we'll see a lot more play, because a lot of teams actually do still like first picking it too.
Yeah. We've seen it banned quite a few times. And it was also fairly popular in Croatia, I believe, Grant?
It was. I mean, it's just, he's one of the few mids that has his own save, right? You always see it's OD and Ember. They can both save each other. That's why you see him so much.
He also just, I mean, the whole thing with Arcane Orb, how it's like the splash damage too. He can farm Ancients and stuff like that too as a mid laner. He's just got a lot of potential to scale crazy high.
I mean, speaking of saves, by the way, we started the day talking about supports and like saving heroes.
Where's Oracle?
Well, that was
Where are they?
That was because of Dark. Not only, but like a big reason, because that guy only plays save. He plays like Wyvern, Oracle. He only plays like your saver. So,
like the Battens.
Yeah.
I do think we should see him more. Like, Oracle is a very good hero. It's a good laning hero. It's like the end-all be-all of dispels for like your carry hero. I think we'll see him more. I mean, I think, honestly, VP might still pick it up here. Like, Drow Aura plus Oracle in lane is so disgusting. Already one of the highest attack speed.
5 seconds remaining.
Very annoying to deal with for Liquid if that is indeed going to be the case.
I think they really should. I think VP will take it.
Yeah, and this is, by the way, the same point as we mentioned last time. This 5th ban into 3rd pick normally takes the most amount of time. And that is exactly what we're seeing here as we're waiting for Virtus Pro. They do end up banning out the Batrider again, this time 5th.
First Drow, I think, even more. It's always a good hero, but especially versus Drow and Brew, right? He's one of the few who can actually instantly catch him before he can spit.
Drow's turn rate is so bad as well. You get sticky once in a fight and you're
literally not doing
anything. You just have to stand your ground. You're just like, I'm hitting whoever's in front of me. But that's not, it's mostly because they get on you. But yeah, Sticky is one of those things that people...
It's low-key. People just forget about how good it actually is in fights.
Like versus OD. Batrider versus OD used to be a big thing because OD's turn rate is like one of the worst in the game and you literally just crawl to be able to cast any of your spells.
I don't know if you saw the clip on Reddit of Monkeys Forever. He just fire flew and Sticky, like he just was right on top of the hero, but he just kept spinning in circles and the guy couldn't hit him. Like, it is a very good skill.
Yeah, you can do that versus quite a lot of them. Yeah, not Mars though.
Yes, not Mars. You can't do anything versus Mars.
Mars spins too fast.
Oh, that hero.
But Batrider is very good versus Mars. PSA for the public.
Here it is. A lot of the reserve time here, because you do have to decide. Like, I'm pretty sure if you pick an Oracle here, then Brew does have to be a core. Like, you really have to think this is where your plan is. You have the Drow, you know you're going to have someone farming the jungle. Now what else do you want?
That is the question. They have been thinking about that. What else do they want for a while?
Wyvern, huh?
That is a saving support. There you go.
I wonder why Wyvern over Oracle, though. Obviously, the ulti it's different, right? Instead of a save, you have like one of the best both offensive and defensive ults, I guess.
Gives them deep push as well.
Yeah. someone to throw in that lane no one else wants to go to.
Yeah, it's like a deep push, and now they have this, save for the Brewmaster in particular to make sure, or not make sure, but hope he can get his ulties off in a lot of situations. If he does get jumped, they can protect in both ways. Not the Cold Embrace, but the Curse out of the way.
5 seconds.
And it is actually, I mean, defensive and offensively, it's good versus Nature's Prophet in lane. You can kill his Treants, and you don't care if you're getting healed, the Treants are hitting you.
Yeah. Whoa. That is a hero I didn't think that we'd see too often. We don't get to see too much play at minor.
It saw a little bit. People were realizing how good it was actually versus Drow, because you're one of the few heroes who can get on top.
Yeah.
We've been seeing actually like Diffusal Manta builds on Weaver.
I think Gauss pretty good against Weaver, though.
It is, and that's what the Manta is for. Like, you can do that, and you can always ulti out and whatnot. And also versus the Winter Wyvern, right? It's like AM. You're draining all the mana. You go that Diffusal plus the Mana Burn Talon, and they have nothing coming out of that race.
And this is a dream Rubik game, as you have Shikuchi and Earthshaker. So Rubik should be able to get very nice spells if he's able to get either of those big ones.
Yes.
Fissure and Shikuchi, of course.
Very elusive. He can be very elusive, that is, in this team.
And so good with Arcane. The new Arcane Supremacy is nuts. Like, I love it when you steal the Bat Rider's band, but you steal the lasso. You can actually drag him for like 11 seconds because of it. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
They did buff that hero. People thought after like the Null Field went away, they're like, oh, is it bad? And no, it's really good.
What are we liking of the duo? What are we thinking about the duo of Rubik and Winter Wyvern as two supports in a team? Is that enough? Like, safe enough? Aggressive enough?
I think the Panda Rubik is just gonna destroy someone in the offlane. Like, no one's gonna want to hit creeps for a set, and then like the Drow Wyvern, wherever they go, they're just gonna try to hit creeps, I assume. I'm not a big fan of Wyvern in lane. That's why I always think it's something else is better.
Okay.
I just love the Rubik versus Weaver is one of my favorites. Like, if the Weaver's not very careful, Rubik can. I mean, even if you're like this like 5 position, if they don't have reveal inside the team fights, you completely destroy it, and you can set up for gank so easily if you're able to get it because you just Shikuchi in behind them.
So you guys make it out to seem that the lanes are gonna be, well, the ones that you just said, with the Brew and the Rubik and the Drow and the Winter Wyvern. That is something that Liquid can prepare for. They still have a pick to go here to maybe switch things up. They have heroes that are fairly flexible.
And they have switched it up a lot.
They have.
As we've seen, they've been doing it like almost every game.
I feel you almost have to put this. You want this Weaver not on the Rubik Brewmaster lane, I think, at all. So you pick something here that's maybe self-sustaining with. Well, they go with the Pugna, which we have seen it played side and middle.
There's a Wyvern there, right? Like, it's great versus Wyvern in pretty much all situations. Now they have another Tower Forcer.
That's the biggest thing. Objectives.
Yeah. Rubik also likes to take spells from Pugna, though.
I think this Rubik is, if he finds farm, he's gonna have a lot of fun.
10 seconds.
That's every Rubik game though, right? Like, I'm sure Rubik players have the most fun in Dota. They're like, man, we get to play every hero at once, and we get to be greedy.
Yeah, we got to see Xi in Q, right? Isn't Q when he was playing that Rubik? Oh my god, that was a treat.
What a beast.
Sky's the limit, really, for that hero. I mean, there's so many potential plays you could make, and yeah, I definitely think is probably one of the more fun heroes to play if you're really looking for your borders.
Yep, and I like the people just the Tranquil Aether Lens, or even Brown Boots Aether Lens. Dude, people love that item.
What if it's a mid Rubik?
You think?
No, I mean, I don't know. I really don't think so, but
Virtus Pro is the team that ran Ancient Apparition mid.
True.
They can throw curveballs. We've seen them do it before.
I just wanted to throw it out there. I don't know.
I mean,
I was interested for
it. Actually could, right? Because Liquid, I think it's more what does Liquid pick 5th, right? If it's like a good mid match, if it's Pugna and another hero Rubik's good versus, they could just switch it and last pick a high impact 4.
Because he could go for attack damage in this game. He's got a Drow Ranger aura. I mean, a Treads Rubik. I don't know. I'm kind of.
No, I don't think they will, but they definitely could because he isn't bad versus Pugna. He's like one of the few who's not terrible versus Pugna. They ban
TA ban.
Surprised we haven't seen that hero more.
So what they're thinking, this is Shaker Pugna off lane, NP safe lane. Weaver's probably safe lane for Liquid, but we're still not 100% sure. But they're assuming this is the mind control Pugna then.
Yeah, removing a mid hero there.
Yeah.
Which
10 seconds remaining.
Well, who really knows who's gonna play what?
VP's just their guess is as good as us. Probably a lot better actually, but yeah.
You would think so.
Guessing.
You would think so. We're looking for a ban for Liquid, and then the last pick is going the way of Virtus Pro.
I think you got to ban a pretty hard carry here if you're Liquid. I think you don't want to go for his Drow +1 in the late game. Like, even something like a DK isn't terrible to ban out. It gives something like VP can group around this Panda DK and also gets the aura when he's in Dragon form. It's not bad.
What about the Deuce ban? Sorry, I was like, what about the Deuce again? We just saw it earlier, but yeah, it's taken out.
That Drow dude.
And it would have been, I mean, it would have been
Yeah.
like not against the same lane of a Pugna, but in a Pugna game. Really.
Who's gonna play the Drow for VP? Is that a Ramses one? You just wait.
I think
for no one here?
Ramses normally plays it. I think it's one of those two you can play
Yeah.
like any hero.
Yeah.
Sure, those two are just so insanely gifted.
So we're gonna find out actually. There's no time limit. They're banning out the Brood, just in case.
Okay. We actually didn't. I mean, good versus Pugna could be good. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's that good of a Brood game, but they're scared of something.
Yeah, they took a long time, and you wanna probably remove
Invoker?
something just in case.
Is this a Miracle Invoker?
They're asking him. It definitely looks like Miracle is the last pick, though. You can always tell, because that's the only time they start talking, like most mid players or stuff. They're like, oh, it's my hero? Alright, I'll wake up. Well, they only have 1 second here, so...
Yeah, this is that's not
Whoa.
Oh, hello.
That's versus the Drow. Okay, that makes more sense.
And
Into
it's
the
Storm.
Storm
Now
Spirit, yeah.
select your
Wow, we saw, well, we didn't see it on this stream, but there was an Arc Warden already played in
Yes.
Secret versus Chaos, I believe, and it ended up doing very well middle lane. But this Storm versus Arc, I'm not sure how it goes. Luckily, Blitz is going to be casting, so he'll definitely give you the insight, but I'm looking at this, you can go first, Fogged.
Well, it's gonna be changed though because there's a GH Shaker, and we know GH is gonna make rotations on the lane, and they do have kill threat onto the Storm Spirit. However, Storm plus Drow. Oh god, I gotta go first. I will go.
The fact that you're doubting so much means that this could potentially be one of those close
The
games.
Storm
that we
is a
just
really cool pick.
saw
that's
as
why.
well.
I'm going VP. I think they have
Alright.
a lot more like the mid-game control, and I think once again you have a Brew, Winter Wyvern, Rubik as like these people making space for your cores, and I think VP always plays well when they have those three.
I think VP has a little bit better team fight, but you know what? GH Shaker. I'm gonna go Liquid.
You know, the fact that the Storm was picked up so fast makes me think the
Yeah.
VP have a
confident.
plan. They're confident. We're gonna find out if that is indeed, if that is indeed gonna come true for them. We're gonna go to the second game of this series. It is, of course, the upper bracket here for Group A. Winner of the series moves to the upper bracket of the main event. Let's find out what is going to happen with Capitalist and Blitz and Virtus Pro and Team Liquid.
Prepare for battle.
A fantastic opening game to this series of Team Liquid versus Virtus Pro. Game 2 is going to feature another Drow Ranger, this time in the hands of Virtus Pro, and a last pick, Blitz, that you have a lot of faith in.
Yeah.
You've been talking about this hero a lot. You called it for this draft. You think it's good for this draft, but you also think it's good hero in general, right?
Yeah, I think it's a really good hero right now.
Really?
Above average, I should say.
Why
Good for
is that? What's changed about Storm Spirit?
just the builds, like the move speed thing for the electric vortex is just really nice.
Yeah.
I think that's actually one of the biggest things. Because now
30
you're
seconds
not like the
to
worst laning hero in Dota 2 anymore. You actually have things like kill potential because you can put out, what is it? It's like you do 200 damage with 2 right clicks with like level 2 overload, and you can summon an extra one with the electric vortex.
Yeah.
Pretty massive actually. Because before in the past, if you used the vortex, you lowered your move speed so much that it didn't really matter. Like you couldn't chase after the fact. Whereas like you get like 2 extra hits in with overload potentially.
Right.
Which is pretty massive. So you can put out like 400 damage instantly.
Obviously I'm not a mid player.
Yeah.
I'm not a Storm Spirit player, but I have been seeing a lot of Storm Spirits getting kills pre-level 6.
Yeah.
In the laning phase.
No, I love
It's
Storm right now.
surprising everybody.
If people thought on Reddit that I was biased towards Liquid, I'm even more biased towards Storm, so don't worry guys, I'll even it out this game.
Storm Spirit's also really good for this game, right? We've got a hero that gets on top of Pugna, gets on top of Arc Warden, which is really important.
When he gets BKB this game, it should just be done. Like, he can't really die. Really, really sick Storm BKB game. He's fine against Arc Warden. He pushes out the wave well. He has high armor so you can trade hits. You can actually pressure the hero. Oh, I love it.
You've also told me that attack speed is really important on Storm Spirit. Can
Yes,
you
sir.
explain why?
Just the amount of overload hits that you can cycle through. Because no one is, in fact, going to tank that he can get his salve. You know, the last time I saw no one play against Liquid...
Nice. Lock in. That's going to be enough for them to be able to get an extra hit.
I thought you were going to say...
Warden.
It sounded like you were going to set up, he's like, he's going to get the kill.
No. I know enough about Storm Spirit to know that hero has massive armor, and he's not going to go down that easily.
The last time I saw this particular matchup, like, no one storm against Liquid, it was in a similar situation. It was at the Dream League Major last year, the one in December. He played against a lineup that had no stuns on the side of Liquid. And it was mind control when he was on that, like, I only play Nature's Prophet phase.
Yeah.
And I remember we were backstage, and a lot of the pros were like, oh, it's a free game for Storm. And they ended up losing, actually. They got crushed in, like, 28 minutes or something, if you guys want to find that game. It was, like, pretty thorough. I think they went, like, net mech Nature's Prophet, and they just bullied the Storm. Because there's two ways to deal with this hero. It's either, and if you're having trouble in your pubs dealing with it, it's either like you get a ton of heals and just like push before he gets online, or you get a lot of stuns. It's like one or the other.
So this game we're gonna have to focus on
GH will determine
up as much as possible.
Yeah.
And
once he gets Bloodstone, it's gonna be really hard to burst him. So the majority of this game comes down to GH, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like it'll be the GH versus no one matchup. It won't really be like how much does Arc Warden gets. It's how annoying can GH be. And no one in these team fights.
That's why GH is being shameless about what he's doing right now, right? He's not trying to hide it. He's saying, no one, you're not going to get CS. You're not really going to approach. I'm not really trying to gank you. I'm not trying to kill you here. I'm just trying to make your lane miserable.
Are you having a bad time? Good.
Of course, there is 9 other heroes in this game, so let's talk about some of our side lanes here. Mind Control playing the Pugna up against the Drow Ranger Winter Wyvern. And then we've got an aggro lane at bottom in the Rubik Brewmaster, which is a very dangerous duo. The telekinesis into clap and all that physical damage. But again, against Kuro's Nature's Prophet, who, even though they lost, had a great performance in game 1. And then that safe lane Weaver, which the panel was talking about, is kind of a back and forth hero against Drow Ranger. A good hero to get on top of Drow Ranger, but the silence is also a little scary.
Yeah, the bugs are great too.
Yeah.
The bugs are fantastic.
Oh, this time around, it's going to be Solo making a rotation over as he gets the telekinesis, pull back, and the first blood will go to no one.
Dude, I told you, my boy is so good at setting up for first bloods now.
He really is.
He's just, it just does so much damage. Like, you get 2 right clicks off that are 73 damage each, like, reduction. Then you get 2 hits that are, it's 60 per. On overload, that's like without the reduction, it's almost like, and then you get an extra hit because of the overload slow. It's like 400 to something. It's pretty sick, actually. Illusion. But people don't really realize it, I guess. It's such a different way to play Storm in the lane, because before it was just, oh well, the Storm's gonna farm, but like I'll get absolute free farm because Storm players don't really deny you, like, and they focus on using the overload hits usually just for pure CS.
Yeah.
So like you pick up a CS with a Revenant and then you pick up a CS with an Overload is the way that you normally do it.
Did notice it feels a lot better to play a support in the laning phase with the Storm Spirit.
Yeah, before it was
I
with
feel like
lane.
I can actually go to that lane, whereas before it was don't ever go to the Storm's lane.
Yeah, it's just like you're wasting time.
Yeah.
Oh, alright, we're talking too much about my boy. Sorry, I just wanted you guys to know everything that I know about the hero. I just get excited. Solo's gonna get run into by GH. They're both kind of just playing around each other at this point.
This is a sick Rubik game, by the way.
Dude, they're gonna get 4 bounty runes, aren't they? VP, come on, man.
Oh man, Liquid has been dominating the bounty rune.
Oh no.
That's 3.
That's 3. They're gonna get 4. Don't worry.
They're gonna get 4.
Okay.
Dude, what is it about Team Liquid and bounty runes?
Nah, you know what it is? It's like Keen gaming and not getting bounty runes.
You
That's the
think
iconic
VP is
combo.
the same as Keen? They just
Remember,
put enough effort.
We saw Mumbai, like, Keen was, like, allergic to getting bounty
Dude,
runes.
they really were. It was crazy how they were just dominating teams and getting 0 bounty runes.
You'd see, like, the score at the end. It was like, they have lost in 9,000 gold to bounty runes, but they'd be up, like, 20k. As Solo's going to get gone on a little bit here, and he should go down as the other...
Yeah, that Wraith is going to be able to chase him down. It's over with Solo! Wow! Turns around, zaps him one. Miracle.
Level 6 for no one. He's so close. He's so close. He's got
Gets it. Jumps, but Miracle, he's already healed up. He had a
on
gold
his-
salve in his pocket, and that means
Nice.
No one is going to have to disengage, and Roger's going to have to fly over the Fissure. I want to say, Blitz, why is this... Just wanted to make sure there's no Brewmaster kill there. Why is the Wyvern a 4 position when it's such a good Rubik game?
I don't know.
Did you want the Rubik as a 4?
A lot of people don't love Rubik as the 5, by the way.
Yeah.
A lot of NA pros, maybe that's why, but they really hate Rubik 5. Every time I pick it, I get yelled at, but no one's just gonna run into Crow and GH, who... This is what you need to do now for Arc Warden. Like, this is why Storm just feels really good against Warden, is like, Arc Warden, the difficulty is getting on top of him. He has a lot of different ways to play at range and just kind of poke you.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, Storm's fantastic at just getting on top of you, bursting you, and chasing you down.
Part of the reason this Storm was an instant pickup is they saw the Arc Warden coming, I'm pretty sure. We've seen plenty of Arc Wardens picked against the Drow Ranger strats, and it's a hard counter to Drow Ranger.
It's not a hard counter, though, if you just set up no one to carry you. Like, Ramses was so good in last game. Don't get me wrong, but, like, I think what makes really talented players in Dota is the ones that can step off and not have to be the reason their team win or loses.
Yeah.
It's, like, the beauty of Dota for me, anyways, it's that it can be somebody else's turn. It can be like, okay, you know, I'll trust you. Like, Drow Ranger, for me, represents the ultimate trust.
Yes.
It's like, guys, I don't have to carry. You can do it.
Yeah.
And silently, you're like, guys, I give you aura. Why are we losing?
Why are my lanes losing right now?
You know, you ping your aura up level 4.
Does that mean Crystal Maiden is the ultimate trust as a support as well?
Oh, for sure it is. Oh, look at this.
Jump in, but immediately spawns a second one. The Tempest Double is going to do a lot of damage to no one here and forces him back. In fact, he's out of mana now. And with these extra rays, oh, look at that. Unfortunately, one of them hit the range creep instead of no one, but no one's still going to be chased down here with the Sprout. That is a great gank from Liquid. That looks like Miracle just for a moment was in trouble, but
he had raindrops.
All planned along. He had raindrops as well. Solo didn't see that one coming. Pasha is going to come in. It's a really big clap, especially on Akuro here. He's going to take out eventually, but Tamaman with the double damage. Running through these heroes, he's not going to go for the Winter Wyvern. He's not even going to go for Pasha. Pasha is in trouble right now. Miracle's going to be able to chase him down pretty easily. In the back lines, they finally do manage to get the kill. That's on Solo.
And they get the zip out. Oh, Arc Warden barely gets out. Pugna, Mind Control just all in trying to save him there. Nice back and forth.
And despite everything they did to try and shut down this Storm, it is Team Liquid now up 3,000 net worth.
I think that's... I think VP's focusing a little bit too much on this mid lane.
Yeah.
And it feels like the Storm... You have to anticipate GH coming in. Like, if I see my Arc Warden player getting dove like that by Storm, it's very easy to just get rid of the Storm by just, like, one fissure. Because the majority of his damage comes from that burst, like, when you initially go in. As they're going to set up around here, Bo3 being very aggressive around the map. And we talked about how Liquid loves taking that tier 1 mid tower.
Roger, you're not going to make it! Oh,
he
did, barely.
He's good.
And it's that extra level of Arctic Burn.
That's exactly what they're doing is Liquid. They're forming up around this mid tower. They love taking it. As a result, VP is going to push out at least top lane while no one's farming the jungle.
I mean, Matama Man, it just seems to have the freest game right now.
He does. I mean, he was against Brewmaster.
Talk about a free Storm game. I mean, there is no real good disables. You got telekinesis, and he's going to steal your Shikuchi eventually. But for now, while the Storm Spirit isn't really a threat and Rubik has no extra stolen spells, this Weaver's just kind of running around, make sure that the mid-tier 1 tower does go down. We're going to have the next round of bounty runes coming up. VP, are you going to do something here?
Dude, are they going to get 3'd?
I think they're going to get 3, because Rubik's going to take one, no one. Oh, good Fissure. Mind control. Redirection here from no one, but that is going to take out before he can TP away.
Oh, no, they are hounding him right now.
And that is 2,200 gold now for Liquid off of bounty runes.
And Solo's going to steal Shikuchi. Tamaman was trying to avoid that situation, but unable to do so. And
Mind control.
This is the scary part now. When you take that mid tower, the reason why, like we always pointed out in our cast today, is when Liquid takes that mid tower, they take that top tower simultaneously, and this is how they open up Miracle's farm. So if you're watching this game, like, this is the pattern, is Matama-Man, everybody comes in, takes that tier 1 mid tower for Miracle, and this is why Miracle always, like, looks really good when he plays mid, is because his team generally devotes a lot more space for his game than they do, for example, for Matama Man.
Right.
They filter in all the heroes. They take his mid tower. Somebody takes the top tier one, and suddenly he just gets like free lanes. He gets all of this to farm. This all becomes Miracle Land, and they're trying to punish that. As Solo might just get a really nice catch here, walking around.
Solo caught Shikuchi, and the long jump in from the Storm Sphere does a lot of damage. He's out of mana. Every bit of mana, and they still have not blown up Miracle yet. They're trying, but now he's ducked away into the trees. Ramsey's gonna spot him with the help of Solo.
Nice, Ram.
No one trying to run away. The Reaper's not going to latch onto him. They're going to latch onto Solo here, at least one of them will. The Sounds push back there onto the Earthshaker. Meanwhile, bottom lane still having this fight over this offlane tower. Finally, it does go down. Denied by Roger. Pasha pops that extra bit of movement speed for now. Still going to be chased by Matama Ben. And there's going to be no recompense, it seems, as there is going to be that extra save. But unfortunately, the magic damage out of Shikuchi is going to be good enough. Kuro actually teleports away as well.
Very nice move by VP in that top lane to get that kill. I like that no one is just kind of just going for it. You know, he did pull out his entire mana pool, but he has to make stuff happen around the map. And you have to pressure Miracle for his greed when he plays around that top area.
Yeah.
So he goes all in for it. Solo is just a bloodhound. Finding him with the Shikuchi, like you said, very good to play Rubik against Weaver at this phase of the game. And you're seeing that no one is just playing this like very mid-game heavy, I'm gonna run at you, let's fight style, which I do love about Storm nowadays.
Maybe Solo's just playing a 4 position this game.
I think he is.
It kind of seems like.
He definitely is.
Yeah.
Look at the farm distribution. I think it's just Roger's the Wyvern player, Solo's the Rubik here. But the actual farm, I think, matters a lot more on the Rubik, because he's your catch this game for the Arc.
Yeah.
Like, he needs items. Whereas, like, you know, Wyvern's got defensive abilities. Top lane, setting up for Matama Man. Solo.
Can they get the telekinesis? Do they have any vision? Nothing.
Okay.
That was pretty optimistic of VP, thinking they can make a play like that without having any detection. I mean, it's even better if you do have the detection and you pop Shikuchi, because then you get the telekinesis mid Shikuchi, you toss him backwards.
They get the silence.
Most of his time of Shikuchi is pretty much run out at that point. Then you follow up the silence. It's like, I don't know, VP. Gotta get with the game here. Pasha just forced to TP out. You do not want to see you.
He's dead?
Even worse, he dies.
I did not think he was gonna die.
I didn't think so either until that last little wraith spooked him.
Pasha did not think he was gonna die either.
Gave him the heebie-jeebies.
Okay. So now, I mean, we're up to like the sneakiest casual 5k gold lead.
Yeah.
And
silence. But there is not enough damage on either side to do anything about this. But Matama Man's gonna have a really fast Maelstrom. And that is scary for a Weaver, because then Weaver actually has a better farming mechanism and starts clearing through creep waves pretty quickly. He gets a fast BKB as a result.
I think VP really needs to take bottom, because if no one doesn't have a tier 1 tower there, then Kuro dies.
Yeah.
But because the tier 1 tower is still alive at bottom, it makes it really hard for Storm to play this game, I think. Because you don't feel comfortable. You've been conditioned, I think, if you're no one this game, like every time you go on somebody, you just straight up get fissured.
That's why he hasn't like immediately dove Kuro when he shows silence on the tier 1. That is a beautiful silence, but they need to chain stun it to make sure there's no Echo Slam. There certainly isn't. There's plenty of heroes coming in from Liquid here from the side. They're going to go for the back line. Trying to go for Roger first. Cold Embrace is going to buy him a little bit of time. Mind Control just has to sit it out. Shikuchi will be able to finish off that Winter Wyvern. Now no one goes for the back line though. Pugna, he's already dead after the silence. Ramsey's going to be run down with the help of Miracle. They can't actually fight into him. Pasha, especially since he doesn't have his ultimate here, it is not good for them to fight. No one is just going to go for the TP out, recognizing that he doesn't have a ton of mana to work with right now. Kuro, really thinking he can go for Solo here, and he may be right, since Solo does not have a way to be able to eat through the trees, but the Sprout does not last long enough, as it is only level 1.
So they do lose the Pugna, but it is out for the Drow.
I mean, that's got to be worth for Liquid, right? They kept their one alive. You said VP needed that tower. They made a concerted effort to take control that part of the map, and it just didn't work for them.
No, I agree. They really need the tier 1 tower. As Roger.
In trouble, he tries to go for the winner's curse.
Oh, he missed uphill. He missed uphill.
And he's gonna commit for this one. He's just gonna run into all of VP. This is a beautiful kill. An uphill miss onto the Matamba Man's death. That is the stuff that Tilt is made of right there.
And he went back in for it after the fact. Very well done, though, VP. They instantly came in for their friend. They believed in him.
Yeah.
That was one of those things where, like, I hope.
Yeah.
Matamba Man, he did the walk-off home run. He thought he had it.
Oh, you know what? Another great thing.
What?
Solo. You know, Solo loves his ward game, and he loves getting really deep wards in.
Oh,
I mean, that's super easy when you've got a stolen Shikuchi for Ruben.
And they need to be up right now against this Arc Warden.
Oh, look at this bottom lane. They're going to go for the Brewmaster. They know he does not have his ultimate yet, and they just burst him down so quickly. This Pugna is so effective against this Brewmaster.
I guess if you're VP, like, you're going to be in this, like, weird holding pattern now, because you're most likely going to lose a lot of your outer towers.
Yeah.
It's hard for them to just straight up take towers at 17 minutes into the game. That's why we often see the mirror happen. Like, when Radiant takes Dire top tier 1, it's usually Dire then takes Radiant bottom tier 1. And if you don't make that move, as the game goes on, it becomes progressively more difficult to make that trade, because most teams will be in position, they'll be ready for the fight.
They recognize that we have a lead. We're always going to take a team fight.
Yeah, exactly. At that point, for Liquid, it's really easy to just filter heroes in, but maybe if they can get this...
The little tap over hits some of the VP members, and Miracle gets himself in a defensive position, pops the bubble. He's going to finish off the support at first. Solo had his own Tempest double that he popped, but it didn't really do much. And Pasha, just in an attempt to get out of here, is going to pop the Brewmaster. He's going to pop that Primal Split. But he can't even get that far away between the Fissure block and now the Sprout block as well. The Earth Pan is not making it out of here fast enough. He's going to turn into the real Brewmaster soon. Instantly hit by a Shikuchi. And now, question is, how far does Liquid really want to dive for this one? Because Matamba Man's really thinking about it.
Pretty far. Oh, barely doesn't get that.
Winter Wyvern is on the side here. They've got to be careful of the big winner's curse.
Yeah, they're thinking about it, but 78 HP on the Brew. He doesn't have ulti. And they have good ward vision. They're just not getting on top of Miracle with the initial zip, so it becomes really hard to follow up. And the Fissure
casually just puts some damage onto Ramses. The commitment out of silence onto the Weaver in trouble, and he gets run over by no one. The back line is still not super healthy. They do manage to get the Winter's Curse onto Jerix to make sure that GH is not able to get that big Echo Slam in.
Mind Control, he's quite low too. Solo.
He's not making it out here. He's going to try and Life Drain to finish off Solo, but the burst of damage. Too much. Liquid, they had pretty control of this game. They felt like they could take any team fight they want, but that one was sloppy.
Yeah, that was great by VP2. They were incredibly patient. They played around the Echo Slam. They did not allow the Earthshaker to just get the straight up walk in.
Yeah.
I mean, when VP's on top of their game, like, the way that they spread in fights is so beautiful.
How did he get to the back line? He doesn't have Blink Dagger, right?
Who, the Dro?
No, the Earthshaker.
The Earthshaker? I think he just straight up walked in.
He just I was like, all of a sudden I see a Winner's Curse, and he's like near the tier 3, and I'm like, how the hell did
Matamba Man Shikuchi's in, he all-ins, so then he clears the path.
Yeah.
So then GH is walking in, slow as can be. He's got a wind lace. He's thinking to himself, this is the freest Echo Slam I've ever seen in my life. I'm gonna get it off. But VP with the split, they get the Winner's Curse, they reset things. It's just well done by them.
I was so confused. I was like,
oh yeah, he just straight up walked in, and VP walked out.
Apparently Liquid are not one to slow down, even after a loss here. They are going to go into the Roshan pit. No Primal Split, but it is trying to take a Roshan against a Winter Wyvern. That's always a scary thing, and that's why this pickoff would be so big. A Winter's Curse does go down, but look at that. Miracle
the bubble.
Saving Matamba Man from himself with the bubble.
And now is the question, do you decide to take this fight? No one's not even close.
Yeah, there's no way.
And
they have the Primal Split up too, but
I feel so bad for Solo right now.
Why?
Because I think that there's a decent chance he loses this game, but he's playing so well. But we'll see what happens. I mean, the gold lead is not that bad. They took a lot of advantage at that time. That's the best thing that VP did. It was they recognize sometimes teams get really caught up in just like having 2 or 3 heroes like lurk around the area, but there's no actual play to be made as.
Ooh, that was a close one.
Yeah, that would have been a kill.
This is
They're gonna go for it now.
this is a very important timing. No one needs to be able to get out of here, and he's safe. This Orchid, I mean, it destroys everyone on the side of Liquid.
Oh yeah, this is a great Orchid pickup, but it does mean that initial fight or the initial jump for the Storm is really, really important because you don't have the mana pool or the regen to support the way out.
Yeah.
This is one of those like, I'm going in, I hope we win the team fight. There's no real way out for me, so we need to win the team fight once I get the Orchid. Like once you pick somebody off, like that has to be the end of the fight. Yeah. Everyone else has to get filtered out.
And they can feel relatively confident about it because they've got such good teamfight heroes in the Brewmaster with the Primal Split and the Winter's Curse from the Wyvern as well.
I think this is still a very, very good Storm game. Like, I think once he gets BKB, plus like Bloodstone, he's gonna win this game first team.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But at the same time,
Yeah, it's surviving him against. I think this Arc Warden's it's like the X factor because he's so far.
yeah, Arc Warden's gonna get BKBs and he's gonna get Scythe of Ices at some
Yeah,
point.
it's
And that-
playing Storm against Hexes are so annoying, and it's even more annoying against Cores. But that's why the BKB Storm. That's the timing, Austin.
That's where. So you think VP? And I've heard something about this. Is Storm Spirit still a late game hero? Is he a mid game hero? Like, what's his real timing now, Blitz?
I think with the Drow Ranger, you're a late game hero. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
He's still owning. He's 5-2 and 5. No one's a 6 Storm Spirit. He's gonna get that Dream League game back. You'll see.
Pasha has been gone on so many times, and GH is going to show off his Blink Dagger here to try and get the kill on this Brewmaster. Pasha, it's been not having a whole lot of love here. They just keep on identifying him as the biggest teamfight hero.
Oh, top solo.
Solo in trouble, needs a good steal here, but all he gets is Enchant Totem. Matumba Man was not going to give him Shikuchi. That's the way you counter Weaver, or Rubik as Weaver. You
Look
just
at the
roll
zip from
in
no one.
and throw out bugs immediately. There is a bit of a save there, Life Drain onto Miracle to make sure that no one is going to have a hard time. And that's another thing, right? To apply Life Drain, you don't go on this Pugna. He does have some soft save mechanisms for whatever hero the Storm tries to jump.
Yeah, they use the buyback on solo too. They medium committed for this. Ramses is very strong, by the way. He's got BKB, almost level 18. He's just been farming along.
Medium committed, so not hard committed, not soft committed.
Oh, like
Right in the middle.
he was sort of there. The level 18 is picked up by
Okay.
Ramses.
Okay, there, Goldilocks.
Just right.
This Arc Warden's getting out of control. This is like the super scary point where the Arc Warden has kill potential against your supports and has the double farming items of both bots, Maelstrom, and then that Midas.
I got a crazy like we're going. I take that back. I think VP's gonna win.
Rubik looking for a steal, looking for a telekinesis tossback, but it doesn't make a difference. Oh, what a silence. The Weaver's in trouble. The silence is going to wear off eventually, but the Orchid, they'll chain silences pretty easily, this
Nice.
Weaver. He was once the most dominant force in the game. In 10 minutes, there was no answers to him, but now...
Get on top of Miracle.
Oh, Miracle. Nice Winter's Curse. That's going to be able to buy Ramsey some time to retreat. They also have the Shrine open, but Matumba Man, he bought back for this, but now he's silenced. Oh no, this is a die. They got him. They get him. Miracle couldn't save him with the bubble, and now Roger has a bug on top of him. He can't get out of vision of this Arc Warden. Pasha's going to throw up Kuro on the side here. He's going to go for the easy support kill. He'll have it. But it is
Look
still
at Miracle. He's gonna die for
Deep
this.
Liquid. Oh, Miracle. That is just the Aegis.
He's so far away.
There's nobody nearby.
Oh, they outplayed
Miracle.
him. They outplayed him so good, Cap.
What?
You see what no one did? He hid all the way over here. He's like, I will not show myself until GH shows himself. I'm not getting echoed next to this Arc Warden with Aegis. You can forget about that. So he waits and waits and waits. And finally, Miracle's thinking to himself, oh, I've got a one-on-one against Ramses. Like, this is a free kill. Like, fantastic. And then he pops out on and he had BKB the entire time. This man held his 10-second BKB for an entire team fight. And that decision somehow was the correct one. And the long zip in towards bottom.
Yeah, but now he's out of mana.
He's out of mana.
He's out of mana. Echoes. Okay, he's gonna have one little bit of play. He kills the Furion, and GH has no way around that Fissure. Hiding in the trees, Enchant Totem Aftershock stun. Ramses, just juke him around. Go around the trees. Ring around the Rosie. Ramses, he pops his BKB because he sees a Pugna and he knows he's got to get out of here.
And now the 10-second BKB is committed. It's off cooldown for this one. Oh, I'm so hyped. That was so sick by no one. I love good Storm play.
Yo, I'm sorry, but what was Miracle doing? Not the way out there.
No one waited literally the entire team fight for that moment. The entire team fight. It was not the best play by Miracle. That was granted. But he waited.
I look at Miracle and I'm like, oh, he's got to have some team behind him. Look, half a map away.
He waited the entire team fight for that. And Matama Man, the buyback.
I mean,
oh, that slows down.
Miracle saw that dieback and he saw that area and he was like, oh, that's a cool way to die. Silenced up, trying to protect his tier 1 tower, but that's the real Arc Warden here, but they don't have the vision. And now, with a Pugna on the side here as well, Pasha having already popped his Primal Split, he needs something out of this. Man, he's going to go for the opposing offlaner here in Mind Control. GH doesn't really have a whole lot of mana. Protects Mind Control. Does have a Glimmer Cape, and the lack of vision is killing VP right here. The bugs placed on some of these heroes. The Winter's Curse, the Aeon Disc is going to be able to protect the Pugna, but eventually it's going to wear out. Now the nice silence, 3-man silence actually hits the Weaver as well, and that's where no one is headed to. He wipes her too. GH jumps in to make sure that the Weaver will survive. Ramses is just getting on top of Miracle right now. He says, I can get close range with a Draw Ranger. Brings him down. Take the Tempest double out of the equation as well. That is 70 seconds down for the Arc Warden. But Solo, he's got a telekinesis on a GH. No one jumps on top of him with the bugs out. Matama Man, he's out of here. He leaves. He knows that Virtus Pro have won that fight handedly.
Free Storm game. I told you, I wasn't sure, but at the end I did say, I think it's a 2-0. I switched my mind at the correct time.
Well, that's be a good time for Liquid to make a comeback then.
I thought Liquid was, so originally when I was like, oh, I think Liquid's gonna win this, because the Arc Warden was so massive.
Yeah.
But since then it's been all VP. I know I meme about Storm a lot, but he is playing this game very well.
Okay, so the matchup of Arc Warden versus Storm.
Yes.
Do you think? Oh, jump in, silence, and that is enough.
They're right into the base too, with the drone.
The pickoff like this on top of a tier 3 with a drone range lineup with all range heroes. They just beat through the tier 3. The Melee Rax is gonna fall, and there is nothing Team Liquid can do.
That is an early Rax taken too.
That is gonna feel so bad.
You know what's gonna feel even worse?
You blew it.
Liquid lost with the Dro strat, and they lose against it.
Yeah.
That means VP is on top of the world right now. They're like, we figured it out.
Yeah.
We know what to do. We didn't lose against it, but we'll show you how to do it.
And now Liquid are gonna have to go into their first 3 bans potentially and banning out Dro Rangers.
Yeah, this is the long con best of 3.
Oof. Is there a way that Arc Warden, do you think like we go late where we see a 6-slotted Arc Warden?
Oh, I think 6-slotted Arc Warden's great against Storm. Like when you're absolute 6.
Yeah.
When you have like Shadowblade Hex or Blink Hex or something like that, then you can pressure, because even if Storm gets like Orchid or BKB, like you have ways to kill it.
Yeah.
But I told you this game too, like once Storm gets BKB, the game's over. It's like they have nothing to deal with it. What?
I mean, Pasha just picked up a Blink deck. I mean, I'm laughing at that because it's 30 minutes in. We could see 7.5 minutes slower than the average. Pasha's not had a great game, but they're winning, so what does it matter?
You know that, you ever see that photo of like Klay Thompson like laying on the bench and he like played like 10 minutes but the Warriors win a championship?
Yeah.
That's the, you know, you showed up.
That's Pasha's game right now.
You showed up.
I mean, that was his Phoenix too.
The long
Did he?
All right. Not sure what. I did it.
Yeah.
Just checking out Roshan.
Not sure what he was jumping to, but he certainly jumped from something. They had vision inside the pit.
But Tamaman's got BKB, and that's why he's not going to hard commit for this.
And
he's gonna back up.
It's also solar crested, which that's a problem for Storm, right? You don't like evasion, right?
Oh no, I hate evasion because you don't want to build MKB, and Bloodthorn is like lower on your priority list. You'll eventually be okay with dealing with it, but once whoever gets an evasion item has a BKB too, it sort of becomes a problem. No multiple Bloodstone build here, but he did actually end up getting. So Fog will talk about this, but he ended up getting the 0.5 second Electric Vortex talent, and he ended up getting the 400 health. And I think the 400 health is so that he can never get bursted down by the Echo.
By the Earth Shaker.
Yeah, but I kind of want to hear Fog's thoughts on eventually on the 0.5 second Electric Vortex. I understand one of the talents, but not the other.
I think it's just, I mean, control
Extra control.
versus Weaver.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Good, right?
Same with the Arc Warden, I guess.
Yeah.
Conversely, everybody on Liquid needs to pick up.
Wait, go back. Let me see them items again. What is happening here? Why does he have a Crystallis?
What?
Why does Soul have a Crystallis? And okay, he's going to steal the bugs away from the Weaver. They actually control long enough. That's why I heard about it. Now, the Aeolus is on my control as well. He's silenced up. No one's just rolling through hero after hero right now. They're going to go for the back line with Pasha. Controlling up the Arc Warden. They found the real Arc Warden too. That's Miracle Dead as well for 80 seconds. That is full control of the Roshan pit. That is full map control as well for British Pro. They're not going to be able to get cheated.
He's gonna walk into Roshan with his draw aura. Look at him go. Look at him go. What is this? 365 crits.
I mean,
All day, Cap.
this Enchant Totem steal looks amazing now.
All year round.
Every single time he steals it, it looks dope.
All year round. 365 this man hits for.
Did somebody on Liquid drop their Crystallis and he picked it up? Like, that's actually his Crystallis,
That's
right?
He crit for 365. Look at this guy. He just took a tier 1 tower in front of you. As a core.
I mean, he's definitely got the 60 damage talent, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's got to be the one.
Cat doesn't have a mouse, guys, so he can't see this stuff.
What's his level 15 talent? What did he get?
He took the cast range.
Dude, I'm trying to think if there's any other, like, right-click grouping talents out there, but no.
He is gonna get. Nah, he's gonna get a Bloodthorn, and it's gonna be unbelievable. They're gonna have so many cores. Who can you target? At this point, I'd be so down.
I mean, first time Dota 2 history ever, maybe?
I'm down to see Roger build one too. Roger, get one. Everyone pick up a crit.
I mean, I'm down for the core Wyvern. You know I'm all about
They're
it.
going for the high ground here as. So I'm gonna zip in.
Oh, jump in to the side here.
He's gonna get the Nether Ward, which is pretty massive for them. And this Storm with Aegis is so strong. He's almost level 25 already.
Jump in from Pasha on the Tempest double. Not sure if they're just trying to kill the Tempest double here, wipe this out. It is very scary. This Aegis Storm Spirit. Liquid are showing, though, it is going to be tough to be able to break through that high ground here. Pasha actually taking so much damage, no one actually zips over to him to make sure he stops taking so much flux damage.
Yeah. Shaker plus Arc Warden is always going to be a tall feat to try to go high ground, especially with the Pugna Ward laid out. It's never going to feel too good as...
like, the bubble's going to make you want to run up into the high ground and get inside the bubble, and then Earthshaker's like, well, sick.
Yo, the Bro Ranger now has a... He's got an E-Blade himself.
Okay. Boots travel for Pasha.
I know people don't like it, but like it's a ton of agi that you get for the E-Blade. Plus, it's a lot of damage. It gives you like a different element of damage too. It's good burst.
There's a lot of right-click damage from the Weaver and Arc Warden as well, so serves as a save mechanism.
They need a Hex desperately on Miracle so badly. Yo, bring up the bounty rune stats. I have to imagine Liquid's still winning.
Oh no. Yeah, I mean, sorry. Liquid's winning
Liquid's
by a lot.
dominating that one.
It's not even close.
I would just buy out the Hex and not save for buyback if I was Miracle. And he does exactly that. Because they can't kill Storm otherwise. You can't give Storm this free of a game.
Yeah.
Do you see Solo? Look at this guy queued up a BKB.
Hell yeah.
No cares.
Oh, jump in with a BKB. That is going to be the Furent, unless Light Drain can actually keep him alive somehow. No one's going to have to further commit for this kill. The Sprout, though, is actually saving Crow's life. The Tempest It didn't actually get vision inside. The bubble's getting
bottom, though.
protect against Ramsey's pushes here.
You look towards the bottom. They were just using that time to try to get the tower out of the way. I think Kuro has buyback anyways, even if he died. But not a bad move is.
Oh, the siege wagons.
Solo TP'd in. He stole teleport.
Bubble here.
Solo stole teleport. He's got wards behind
He's
him.
to the back line. He's ready to go with the blink dagger. He'll catch somebody.
Watch this man right click.
Please, that's going to be the first sight.
He's
Trying
waiting.
to deal with this Tempest double. As long as they force it out and don't lose anything here, it's good for VP. Now
think he's
Solo's
telling
like,
his team.
guys,
Dire's top tower
Okay, he just
is under
TP'd out.
he'll go deal with top lane.
I can't believe he still teleported. I so rarely see that. When he gets his BKB, I'm on solo watch. JJ, we're not watching anything else. This guy deserves it. I don't care.
Somehow,
win,
William
lose.
less excited about a Storm Spirit, more excited about
Crystallis,
Rubik.
BKB, Rubik. I'm never seeing that again. None of you guys are seeing that again.
Like a first time this patch, like it is the first time in like 1,000 patches.
Look at Solo. Just walk in, D-ward. Doesn't care. Doesn't even have blink up and he's doing this. I've got no idea, like, the fearlessness on this man.
He just rolls up. Feels good to be a gangster.
He doesn't even have Shikuchi. Nobody's near him. He D-wards you right in front of your creep wave. You could have just killed him right there. You don't know that. Oh, get him! Give him the right clicks.
It's a it's 5-on-5 roll. Kuro's trying to DP out.
Look at him. Dude, he at least crit him 3 times. And he's gonna get the TP out. Give him all the last hits, no one. You don't need him.
981 damage done by this Rubik. And that was pretty much all right.
Oh, Solo, run. This went too far.
Oh, jump in from no one, but that is just a Tempest double, and he can't go for the Earthshaker either. Solo, it is enough time for him to get out, though. And since he has stolen teleport, he can just as easily head back to the base and join his team as they are on the hunt right now. A real miracle is here. Pasha leans forward, instantly goes for this Primal Split. They do have a Glimmer Cape. Once again, the vision is going to be a problem, but it gets dispelled by the Primal Split. Miracle gets inside the bubble for a moment, but Ramses is not deterred by that whatsoever. And now they might have just caught mind control as well, as he's going to be slowed down. The Antis is going to buy him a little bit of time with a buyback coming out from Miracle. They are going to retreat here, but GH, nice jump, locking down Pasha here, but can they really commit? Pasha's going to try and speed boost his way out of here, but the Sprout is not going to protect him. Beautiful silence, better winner's curse, that's on the real Miracle. Oh, waiting. He just popped back too. They can't afford to lose him here. Miracle trying to get away, they popped the Decrepify on him. He's getting out, and somehow Virtus Pro were not able to make the goal. No one jumps again, almost gets him, placement sniped him, but he gets the kill. GH now locking him down with the extra bit of extra. He's going to be able to get this kill, but no one pops a cheese. He gets out. And now, no Miracle for 100 seconds. VP closing out this series 2-0. They can feel it right now. It's a 4 versus 4. No hard carry for Liquid. No one's going to jump to the back line. Once again, he sees the Earthshaker. Managed to get hit. Earthshaker does have a buyback, though. And the BKB has already been used by no one. He cannot afford to overstep himself here.
Yeah, and they're going to commit for this Rax. The melee Rax should go down. Mind control.
The smoke up, going for Pasha, trying to lay into immediately the silence from Rams. Is going to stop some of those disables. No one going for GH as well. It's going to fully commit. The Ghost Scepter is buying him a little bit of time, but he's still silenced up. The Orchid's not going to be enough to pop him, but Ramses can finish him off now. No one is a little bit low on mana. They have the Decrepify on the Joe Ranger, just trying to slow down his retreat as much as possible. Pasha has a Boots of Travel, so he's going to head back to base, join his team soon.
Radiant's middle tower is
As the
under
next
attack.
creep wave shows up, and they've just got this top lane of cracks. Now it's only 3 versus 5.
Oh, and they're going to take this.
And they've got Big Daddy Solo joining them now. He was
the right
there for the
click.
last fight. Blinks forward, tries to go for the telekinesis, misses it.
Radiant's
But it's up to Liquid to make something happen here. And Snow is going to jump for it. There is no Ant. That's got beautiful winner's curse once again from Roger, and that will solidify it. Liquid will call the GG. It's a Crystallis BKB solo 4-position Rubik.
All right, I'm not even trying to troll here, but did you see how he teleported behind Miracle, found the real one, lifted him, and that's what started the fight. It cost him his life, but he's like, whatever. He only had 300 HP when he did that.
Yeah.
He literally TPs behind him, finds him. He's like, well, I'm dead, but you're going to die too with me.
Yeah, he's like, no one, I found him. Go get him.
Oof, Ramses was the one that actually ended up getting on top of him. this was so well done by Solo. Like, all memes aside with like the whole Chrysalis thing,
Yeah.
the actual Rubik play was phenomenal. And on top of that, no one in Ramses. They were so clutch in this game.
15-1 and 15, 13-2 and 17.
Yeah, I claimed a free storm game. It was indeed a very free storm game, but